Welcome back to episode 5. We gotta unpack the gear bag because if you didn't catch the last episode, we're basically not working, or basically changing the work schedule a little bit. I'm not going to be filming local clients anymore, so I'm not going to be going to Lexington every other week. So really a lot of this gear that's in here was left for when I was traveling, like extra SD cards, extra batteries for the monitor, white card, battery charger, you know, just like necessity stuff. But really, we don't need it in this bag anymore. Not going to be traveling and using my gear for shoots. So a lot of it can go back on the shelf and be unpacked. The whole reason we're unpacking the bag is for this little baby right here. It's the 18 to 135, 3.5 to 5.6. I wanted to throw it on here just to add a little diversity to the shots. Maybe get some like zoom in. I just don't know if it's going to be as crisp because this is a crop sensor camera and this is not a fixed aperture lens. So I don't know how well it's going to work, but we're going to give it a shot. Alrighty, so now that everything is unpacked from the bag and everything's taken care of, put away all nice and neat. First off, welcome back. Welcome to episode 5. Hopefully you checked out episode 4. If you haven't, go check that out. There's also a playlist linked. I'll try to link it down below. I need to get better about that, like actually linking the playlist to Premiere to Programmer, this series where we're documenting my my transition from what I do now into tech. So if you want to catch the previous episode, there's a playlist on my channel. Go check that out. But hopefully everybody enjoyed episode 4. The episodes have been getting slowly longer. When I got done editing that, it was 18 minutes long. Also, let me know down in the comments what you thought of the new mics from last episode, if everything sounded okay. I'm trying the windscreen out this time just to kind of save myself from those like little and all those like little pop sounds. So in the process of filming this clip and filming that whole little B-roll section of me putting all the gear away and everything, I got an interesting email that I kind of want to check out. So let's go ahead and hop in and look at that. So that was definitely a super interesting email. So basically, let me punch in here a little bit. So basically, last night during class, we had a team member from the career development team at NSS come in and talk to my cohort about what they're going to be doing and how they're going to be helping us find jobs and build our resumes out and basically setting us up for success in the world of software development. So basically the email that I just received was a folder with a bunch of information and a schedule for when we're going to be meeting with the career development team throughout my time at NSS. It also came with a bunch of information on how to write a resume, how to tailor that resume to a specific job application. There's a bunch of great information in here, and there's even a part on how to something to do with LinkedIn. Yeah, there's a whole presentation on how to write your LinkedIn, what to do with your LinkedIn. So I think what we're going to end up doing today is tailoring our LinkedIn, editing and adding stuff according to the suggestions from NSS, and there's a very specific reason as to why. As far as I understand, during our demo days, when we're presenting our projects, we're not just presenting them to the NSS cohorts and our instructors. I think we're also presenting them to actual hiring managers from the Nashville tri-state area. I'm pretty sure NSS actually brings in hiring managers and people who are looking to hire junior devs to see us present. So we're not just presenting for a grade, we're presenting for real. It's one of the great things I love about NSS is they're giving us real opportunity and real experience that maybe some other institutions or boot camps aren't really doing. It's a really fleshed out program. There's so many great opportunities, so many great people to meet. I highly suggest if you're looking for a boot camp, I know I've only been here for 5 weeks, but if you're looking for a boot camp, NSS is your way to go. With all that out of the way, I think I'm gonna set up a little time lapse and start fixing my LinkedIn according to NSS and maybe even start working on my resume. I don't know. I got to see how much time we have because we only have a few hours before class and I still need to make dinner and I want to shower. So let's go ahead and jump into it and I'll see you in a second. All right, so we just wrapped up the PowerPoint that was basically walking me through everything I needed to change on my LinkedIn page. So let's go ahead and walk through some of the stuff that I changed real quick. And then it's dinner time. Nothing too major in terms of appearance changed. I already had my header up here that I made using Canva, which is a free tool if you want to do that yourself. Profile picture is a profile picture that I took with my iPhone and then uses Photoshop just to remove the background and change it to like a very like nude kind of pinkish color to kind of bring out my skin tones a little bit. I don't actually know if that's the proper method. I'm more of a video guy. I'm less of a photography. Don't quote me on that. But pretty much the only thing I changed here is I ended up changing this my like head title or whatever it's called to full stack software developer. And then I put the 3 languages, like the 3 big languages that I'll be learning throughout my time in my boot camp, which one thing I'm kind of confused on is I don't know if I should be putting software developer or web developer. That's something I'm going to ask in class tonight because I want to clarify. Like, I don't know. Like, obviously there's a difference. Like software developer is more focused on programs such as like, I don't know, like actual software programs, game design, mobile app development. Like I don't know which one. I would like to do mobile app development. That's something I've thought about doing on the side because I think it'd be cool to make some apps that like can improve my life, but I don't really know. So anyway, but other than that, I ended up adding Nashville Software School to my experience as an apprenticeship, and put in what I'm doing there, put in the skills that I have, and then I also added them as an education, and then I used AI to kind of write a basic description of what the course I went through was, and make sure it sounded good, make sure there's no grammatical errors, and that's pretty much all I changed in terms of my profile. They wanted me to add some project stuff, kind of like there's like projects I've worked on, like there's a project page that you can have on LinkedIn, but I haven't really done any that I really want to post up there yet. I would love to put my link in bio one, but I want to flush that out. But I'm kind of waiting until we get a little bit more in depth with JavaScript. So there's more stuff that I can add to it because right now it's just HTML and CSS. And then maybe after this, I'll add Sorting Hat. And then our next big project is going to be a group project where we're actually doing pushes to the same repository and whatnot. So that'll definitely be one that I add. So besides that, there wasn't really too much I wanted to dive into in terms of career development based on the information I got from that email. I think what I am going to do though is the career development team's Calendly, how do you say that? The app where you can schedule meetings with people. I think I am going to go ahead and schedule a meeting with them just because I have been so active on social media and posting all my content on LinkedIn and all that stuff. I really want to get some feedback in terms of like, am I doing it right? Am I doing things that employers want to see? So I think that's something I'm definitely going to do before class is send the email. Just like I want to like at least like a 10-minute meeting just to like review everything I've done and just make sure I'm doing everything right, because I want to start maximizing my chances to get a job right out of front end, right? Because technically after the first 6 months I'm certified in front end development, so if I could get a job straight out of there doing something with JavaScript, that'd be awesome. Besides that, I do want to clarify, like, am I a software developer? Am I a web developer? Am I a software developer who focuses on web development? Like, what am I doing? Like, I truly don't know the answer. And that seems like such a basic question to ask, but it's just something I never really thought about going into the program. Like, I was just a developer. So do I just put developer? I don't know. But with all that being said, we have an hour till class. I want to shower, make some dinner. We're having a little chicken and broccoli tonight. It's going to be delicious. So let's hop to it. right, so it is now Monday. It's been a couple of days since we last filmed the last clip. I believe that was Friday that we filmed the last clip. I couldn't tell you. I don't know, because there's been a couple of big updates. The first one is I presented my first personal assessment of Sorting Hat, which I'm going to throw a clip of that working right now, right here. So that was my Sorting Hat program. It was basically just moving, the big thing was moving data from one array to another. But I presented that on Saturday, and it went really well. It went really, really well. I got MVP. So that means I met all requirements for the program. I'll also try to leave a link in the description of the GitHub repo. So if you want to go check it out, look at the code. Keep in mind, I've been coding JavaScript for like 3 weeks. Don't judge me. The other big thing that's happened, and the reason I haven't filmed in a couple of days is, well, let me just grab it. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce, this is Ravioli. This is my little guy. We picked him up Thursday. He's a lively one. He likes to jump and climb and scratch, but he's 8 weeks old. His name is Ravioli. I call him Ravi or Rav. But yeah, this is my little guy. Finally got the kitten, and he's a lively bunch. He looks dead right now. Like, he looks like I'm choking him, but I promise I'm not. I'm just trying to get a good grip on him. He's the bestest little boy. Do you have anything to say? Is that it? You went down? And there he goes. I'm super, super psyched and super proud that I presented so well. My program looked good. I was proud of it. The code functioned really well. Obviously, there was a couple of bugs that, you know, I didn't really have time to clean up. I wish I did. There's like some functionality things too that I wish just worked a little bit better. A couple of styling issues. I spent like 4 hours total styling, and I was really focused on the functionality, which took a long time to figure out with certain things. But regardless, I'm super proud of it. I'm really glad that my presentation went well. Shout out to my class as well, man. Everybody's project just looked really, really good. Like, everybody did so well. Everybody worked really hard. Yeah, besides that, class went really well on Saturday. The presentations went really well, really smooth. We ended up getting new study groups. So there's a couple of new people in my group. There's 3 of us this time instead of 4. So it's me, one other guy from my last study group, and then Casey, which if you remember from episode 2, I gave Casey a shout out for his website. It looked really sick. So along with the new study group, we actually got assigned a new project. We're making a GitHub clone. So just a website that basically looks exactly the same as GitHub. And we're actually going to be working off of the same repo this time, which is going to be super interesting. I think the point of the project is for us to learn how to deal with merge conflicts, how to design project boards, use Figmas, all the good stuff that you need when you're working on a team. So I'm super stoked for that. We're starting planning tonight for class. It hopefully goes super smooth. But yeah, so we're starting all the planning necessary for that project. We have to do project boards, make a to-do list via GitHub. So for those of you who don't know, Taylor Destin, if you don't follow him anywhere, he does a live show every weekday called Guidance Counselor 2.0. Ended up tuning in this morning to the live show. It's Taylor's first episode back in a couple of weeks. Him and his wife just had a baby boy, which congrats, by the way, Taylor. And he had a guest on named Matt Birch. Matt Birch. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. And at one point they were talking about mentorship and how important it is to have a mentor or someone to look up to. And it really got me thinking on, I don't really have anybody that's in this world besides my instructors who I can reach out to, who's in the role, who's doing the job, and really just get guidance from them and advice. So it really got me thinking, man, I should really find somebody who would be willing to take me under their wing and just kind of show me the ropes, not even teaching me code because I'm in a boot camp for that, but just someone who's giving me career advice, showing me what I could be doing, what I'm doing wrong, what I should be doing, and just helping me along the right path. So I reached out to Taylor and asked him if he knew anybody who'd be willing to kind of mentor me and kind of take me under their wing. And he put a filler out and got back to me a couple hours later, and I actually have a meeting with somebody tomorrow morning, so that's really exciting. I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to meet them. Hopefully it works out, and there'll be an update with that hopefully next episode. Final update for this episode is the technical series will be airing this week on Friday, where we got this little guy Thursday. We also have another cat, so we're keeping them separated, so someone has to be with him pretty much at all times because he is 8 weeks old and a baby. So didn't really have a prime opportunity to film and kind of document what we've been learning so far. And also with the personal assessment this week, a lot of my time went to that, so I wanted to make sure that was good and ready to go because my boot camp is my top priority right now. Also want to give a shout out to everybody who's been commenting and liking and supporting the content that I've been putting out there here on YouTube and on my socials. It means a lot. I've had a lot of people showing love and showing support. I just kind of wanted to take a second and show appreciation and recognize those people. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate you supporting this journey. And I think that's all I really have for this episode. If you're feeling generous, you want to support the channel, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I upload every week. Every Tuesday, the vlog goes live. And then starting this week, every Friday, the code deep dive technical, don't know what I'm going to call it yet, will be going live. And then also check out all my socials, post content there weekly. And I think that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, and see you next time. Peace.